scene. TMG.
The great thing is, everyone
Is it the same for boxing?
No, is it the same for boxing?
I'd say boxing relative to football has changed
There's less. I say there's less rival because boxing is fighting and everything.
Yeah,
But
Less rival.
well,
nutrition, medicine obviously improved, but the actual sport itself, the rules have changed way less compared to other things.
So,
I'd say the
do you
safety
think
of
that
boxing with the gloves and stuff.
Do you think the boxers now are more technically proficient than boxers back then? Or have they been less technical developed?
These days, I think, or in the heavyweight division per se, I think that back then we were more technical. These days, it's like so the athlete, the heavyweight, apart from Fury, all the other guys for the most part, and obviously Usyk, but the guys like Wilder, White, AJ, they're just athletes that came to boxing late. Most boxers back then were boxing, like they're Olympic medalists, like proper Olympic medalists. They were boxing from early. AJ won Olympic medalists based on his athleticism and his talent. Like if AJ started boxing at 10, it's a different story.
Roy Jones Jr. beat Canelo.
Yes, Roy would beat anybody. I just want this on record, yeah. Roy would beat anybody. There's not a guy that I'd put up against Roy. Like Roy would beat anybody. But the thing with Roy, yeah, was that Roy, he like if you watch him in his prime, he never really relied on like boxing fundamentals, like because he was so gifted athletically. Like he could, you could just be standing there and he could hit you with a hook, and like usually you see a hook coming, but
Came at awkward angles, speed.
like, and he'll just drop you, fam.
The thing is, he had fundamentals, but didn't utilize them.
Exactly, but I think that's what hurt him later in his career because, like when his reflexes started going, he obviously he still kept trying to do what he used to do when he was in his prime, and he started getting caught.
Prime for prime, I think Roy probably. I won't say Canelo's is crazy. I don't think it will stop him, but he'll win convincingly.
Yeah.
Anyone else around that weight? What was Roy? Middleweight. What's his best weight?
175. That's light heavy.
That's his best weight, you think?
I think Roy, light heavy. That's
a bit too. That's about.
But middleweight did his thing as well.
They're a bit too big for Sugar Robertson and Sugar Leonard because they're more like welterweights, middleweights. I mean, around those weights, personally, I say the greatest is Sugar Robertson, but you could argue Leonard. At prime for prime, you could argue Roy as well. Canelo's not in that discussion, and that's the discord. Now moving on to Canelo, that's where I have to seem to don't like Canelo.
Moved into Canelo
because people prop him up and put him in debates and arguments he doesn't deserve to be in.
What debates? What all time?
All time top 10.
I
mean, all time Mexican debate, fair enough. All time, is he better than Merva? Is he better than Sugar Ray Leonard? Is he better than these guys? He's not that debate. He's just not as good as those guys.
Yeah, he's not as good as those guys.
He's the biggest draw in boxing.
Yeah, he is.
When they say his name, name rings something.
Rings bells.
I want to say something
that's relative. That's relative.
Later.
That's relative. But Canelo's the biggest name in boxing now because obviously there is nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Like Floyd's gone.
So the reason he's the biggest boxing is because AJ's not done what he could have done.
Do you think AJ would have been?
At one point AJ was bigger.
Was bigger than Canelo.
Then he lost to Ruiz, or at least it was neck and neck. Lost to Ruiz, Canelo done this. Usyk now Canelo's taking it off to the rafters.
There's no way.
No, when Joshua beat Klitschko, I mean Joshua had that buzz. That was at Wembley.
I think AJ was even making the most money. He still might be making the most money there, but I think Canelo overtaking him from boxing alone. Even with endorsements, AJ may still be ahead. The Lucas deals, all that sort of shit.
But both undisputed.
Yeah, but for example, if AJ was to end up undisputed champion, he would now become the biggest strong boxer.
Yeah, but the heavyweight division doesn't have enough men for him to continue to fight. Like, who's really in the pipeline for AJ to be fighting?
Jaron Anderson,
it's true. Like I think for AJ, he has to just go on that road to be undisputed.
Yeah.
First, he has to be Usyk, innit?
He has to be Usyk, and then he has to fight Fury, whatever.
Maybe if Wilder's still about, try to fight Wilder.
There's no point. Wilder's done. If you beat Fury, then the Wilder discussion is finished.
Maybe fights White again.
Why fight?
That would really be a draw.
That's not a draw.
Maybe this guy, people were interested. But White probably not.
No, I'm not really interested in White no more. He's had his shot.
Yeah, I think White's
after he's done that much complaining and the performance he put up, it's not good enough.
Fam, you never know. If he rebuilds himself, wins another 2-3
fights.
At
34.
Heavyweights go a long time.
I mean, for White to go back to square one now and, kind of get back in the rankings,
I can say
win a couple of eliminators, I don't know, bro.
Because that's the fight, the Joyces and then the
Joyce. Then you got, who's the young boy from America coming up?
Jared Anderson.
Yeah, if White ends up beating those guys, he'll be back fighting for a belt again.
But what's happened to
Dubois? You think he can beat those guys? Because those, like, Joyce, Jared Anderson, Dubois, them man are coming up.
Joyce is the same age as him, to be honest.
Joyce is old.
But Joyce, he's had like the amateur. Yeah. They've had to take time with Joyce.
Yeah.
That's why.
Because Joyce is just a steady. He's a steady fighter.
I feel if he catches Anderson at the right time, probably could beat him. But if they let Anderson get into his groove, then probably not. Joyce will be a tough fight, but he could potentially beat him.
No one wants to fight Joyce because Joyce has got staying power.
Yeah, Zero is tough.
It's tough.
But there's fights out there. I mean, it's a heavyweight division at the end of the day. All it takes is one punch. So you think all these guys, like I said, Lewis has lost fights he should have lost, potentially, or arguably, well, no, he should have lost his fights. AJ lost to Ruiz. Most casuals didn't expect AJ to lose to Usyk. He lost. I mean, guys can still lose.
Did a lot of people believe that Joshua was gonna lose to Usyk?
No,
Did you believe?
I thought Joshua would win. Because I just thought at his size, and I thought Joshua had good enough boxing ability. I'd only ever seen Usyk against who's this guy at Chisora, and then this guy cruiserweight Latvian guy. What's his name? He's a champ.
What's his name?
I forgot his name, man.
He fought Belly. Did he fight Belly?
Yeah.
He beat Belly, yeah. Beat Chisora. But I just thought like
I thought Chisora gave him a good fight. They went 12 rounds.
Yeah, Chisora gave. Yeah, but it was convincing from because I mean Usyk is a boxer, and Chisora is gonna try and fight.
He was balling.
He's trying to ball, but then that's the thing. If someone's just trying to ball, you just box, and because styles make fights.
And that's what AJ didn't do.
He should have brawled.
But the thing
You're
is,
more
is
elite brawler.
AJ a brawler though? Like,
No, that's what AJ was boxing the guy. He shouldn't be boxing.
okay, I hear that. Yeah, he was.
AJ's not a boxer. To me, he's a fighter.
No, he's a puncher boxer.
He's a puncher.
But you got to mixed up with the boxing part, and then you can't do that against, in my opinion, the most skilled boxer there is.
I think he's today. What's his most impressive boxing performance?
I think Usyk is the most skilled boxer pound for pound in boxing today.
But what was?
I don't know if I really agree with that, chap. I don't know. I think Bevo's better technically.
Footwork.
Bevo is a.
Bevo's up there. Shakur's up there. All these guys are up there. But I think Usyk, all in all,
How about over Lomachenko?
Lomachenko's was up there. I'll give the nod to Usyk.
I think Lomachenko was
To that size as well.
I think Lomachenko was
You can argue
as a boxer.
You can argue Fury as well. But I'll put him probably a little bit below the guys in selection. But you could argue Fury.
What about Charlie?
Why?
Charlie's saying that he should be in the. Wasn't he complaining about not being in the?
He's in the pound for pound. It's 10th. You've undisputed. You have to be in the pound for pound discussion. Or the pound for pound list. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I think it's 10th.
No, he's older brother though. Not the one who's at 168. He should go and fight Benavidez.
Benavidez is fighting one chomp.
He beat Lemieux. But why is he fighting Lemieux though?
That was yesterday. Innit?
That was yesterday, yeah. But that's
a
the
knockout
thing.
or?
Yeah, it was a knockout. I think third round or something. I didn't even watch it.
He did a third round knockout. I didn't even watch it.
What I'm saying with these 168 guys, they're calling out Canelo, but it's like you man have to fight each other. Like what Canelo said, I actually really do think that. Like,
But I think Canelo wants Triple G.
why though? Triple G's 40. They're trying to make these generational fights. Yeah, Eddie Hearn and this. I see Eddie Hearn. He sees as a business, but bro, I think Canelo's
Eddie Hearn is facing pressure from the US. They say that he wasted $1 billion.
Bro, the zone is not banging like that, fam.
It's hard to do
the Canelo Bevo
At
pay-per-views didn't sell like that.
Yeah, but because people are legally streaming the fights.
It's not even just that, bro. But it's just like, well, firstly, Bevo's not really a big name, and I think his
He's
style
Russian.
doesn't lend itself to casuals really liking it.
The package they offered, because pay-per-view numbers are still doing well for certain fights.
Exactly. But pay-per-view numbers are still doing well. General.
The zone should be, like, for what they offer, it's cheaper.
In the UK,
they should
how
be
many
doing
people?
proper numbers.
How many people in the UK have the Zone app?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Why? What I don't get with the zone, yeah. Remember when the zone used to be like £1?
Yeah.
Then they upped the price, cool. But now with Canelo's thing, it's like the zone members they still had to pay for the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm thinking like, right, that's
not
way
making
too
enough money.
expensive.
They don't have enough people, subscribers.
What the Zone needs is a channel, TV channel. You have a
They're
TV
trying to get
channel
away from that.
and you have an app. No, you have to, because people watch stuff on the TV. When you normally watch a boxing fight, where are you watching it off?
It's true.
You're not gonna come and get your phone and be like, "Oh, you're gonna how you put connected to the TV? You want to see it on a big
Laptop
screen."
PlayStation, man.
Yeah, but how many people have that? So I have a Chromecast. I just clone it into the thing. But you need the visibility that people understand, because like most boxing fans are not going to be like, oh, let me just get this app to watch it and let me play along the app. No, you're going to want to just quickly do the thing how you done it for BT, how you done it for Sky.
I think Josh has got a point. Like with boxing, people like the casuals, they're more likely to just want to watch on TV.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Just switch it on.
as a casual, I'm gonna be like, let me get this app.
Yeah. But the boxing fans, like us, man.
Yeah, of course you get the design app.
We'll get the streams, innit? We'll do the
But
streams.
and then also people are gonna go on Twitter and just type in free stream, find a free stream of someone that's watching it, and that's it. But that's taking a lot of money from a lot of sports in general. I just pay because of reliability, because I don't want my thing to just crumble when I'm needed most.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, obviously the Bivol Canelo one is Bivol's not a big name, but he's an extremely skilled fighter.
Extremely skilled, bro. I think he's the best at 175. Before I used to think Beterbiev.
But Beterbiev, his power is.
Beterbiev's got power, and he's a very good boxer as well.
Underrated boxer.
And I think But I think people just might be better. But those two is close. Those two are
I heard
well ahead of the
they
pack.
had a fight. I mean, they were going to fight, but something to do because Beterbiev is, I think,
Top rank, innit?
something to do. They just haven't been able to arrange that fight.
But try to make that in the spirit. You won't get much numbers because Russia will get a lot of numbers, but I don't think a lot of people outside of Russia will.
Obviously, right now, Russia's
true,
not,
yeah,
Russia's
they're not
not
really big
stable.
names.
But that would be a great fight. Like, that's
How about
For the boxing
How about Joe
fans,
Smith?
love
Is he not? Is he Beterbiev Joe Smith?
Yeah, but a Joe Smith unification.
Beterbiev should be in, but Joe Smith probably could give him some trouble.
Joe Smith's tough in it, but he's just.
Didn't
I
he
don't think
fight-
Beterbiev
he's
didn't he
skilled.
fight
He's not as skilled as Beterbiev. Beterbiev would be.
punches harder.
Did he not fight Richards? Smith. Was it Smith that fought?
Bivol fought Richards.
Richards.
And
Joe Smith-
Joe Smith fought Bivol and lost him.
Yeah.
Just
that was
lost to
WBA.
Bivol.
Yeah, but Bivol, like, that was just easy for him. Like, he just boxed him, and with Joe Smith, he's gonna try and fight, like, you know, a lot of hooks, uppercuts. He just wasn't getting close to Bivol.
It's tough.
I say Bivol, I think he's the top.
Well, Bivol fought Richards as well.
Yeah, unanimous decision. That was during the lockdown.
Richards is tough.
Richards is good. I rate Richards.
Yeah, he done decent against Buatsi.
He's a gatekeeper kind of fighter.
I think Buatsi didn't do as well as I thought he would. I thought this was really like coming. I don't think Buatsi's ready, you know. Like top end, if he was gonna fight like Bivol, he just wouldn't look good for him.
I don't think he's ready for Bivol, and I don't think he's probably ready for Beterbiev. Like Joe Smith, he probably needs a couple more fights. Well, Gary Richards is a top level operator, so that's why he's not gonna blow through Gary Richards like that. So I mean, yes, he got stunned a couple of times, but that's what happens when you fight Burns. It can happen. You're not gonna just whitewash or clean for everybody. So that's why, in my opinion, Craig Richards, Lance Daniels is the likes of what's his name, the Latin brother,
Like Anti-Yard.
Anti-Yard. Go through those guys. You come up top of those guys. Then let's see who has the belts. Maybe if Beterbiev and Bivol, the other guys have the belts, then fair enough, go for those guys. If not,
But those names are not. They're not. The thing is Buatsi is kind of a draw because he's Olympic. He comes from the Olympics. He medaled, didn't he?
Yeah, he got. I think it was bronze or something. Yeah.
So when you come from that, you're a bigger name. Obviously we need it. But the top end fights, the Bivols, the Beterbievs, right now they're not gonna want to fight. They don't care for those guys. It's only Canelo is the biggest name in that kind of area.
What I'm saying is, when you beat all the UK guys, eventually one of those is he a number one contender already? If it's not, but when you beat those guys, you become a number one contender for one of the belts, and then eventually, like I said, if Bivol and Beterbiev have the belts, if you believe you're ready for those fights.
I don't think Buatsi beats Yard though.
I think he does.
Yeah, I think he does. But if you don't believe what I'm saying, let me land. Sorry. If you believe you're ready for those fights, then fight those fights. If not, then maybe try to fight Joe Smith or someone else.
I don't think Buatsi.
I agree with Melo. It's gonna happen. I think like that Buatsi fighting these guys. I think if Canelo doesn't fight Bivol, then I really don't know what else Bivol's gonna do. If you don't get the
You're gonna have to fight,
but he's gonna have to fight because Buatsi's now won the WBA International Heavyweight title. That was the title that he fought for yesterday. Yeah. So it's gonna happen. I reckon probably maybe next year, next 18
Are you
months.
sure that Buatsi beats Yard? I think Yard
Yes.
is the best of the English.
Nah. I think Yard is good. I rate Anthony Yard, but I think Buatsi's just a higher level operator.
Yeah.
I think he's just technically
That's more wrinkles.
Yeah.
The Yard is what he does. As he does it well, it can be extremely dangerous. I will never dispute that. But if you would take certain aspects away from him, does he have different levels, different range he can go to compared to Buatsi? I don't believe so. And so, but like, for example, if Yard hits Buatsi clean, like if Yard hit him the amount of time Craig Richards hit him, Yard may have won that fight. But I believe Buatsi will take those sort of things away. And Buatsi still hits hard. He'll box in different styles. He has a bit more to offer.
Facts.
So that's how I believe he beats up. I won't say he walks through Yard, but I just believe he will win.
Yeah, I don't think he'd stop Yard. I think it would be a decision, but I think it'd be like I think he'd look good, like relatively for the fight.
It'd be very interesting to see those fights. Yeah. There are a lot of fights to be made. It's just that so much posturing these days. Posturing. The amount of times they've been trying to make this Canelo Benavidez fight, it's just like a lot of posturing. I don't think Canelo even cares.
Been trying to make it like that.
If people have been trying to say, even Mike Tyson trying to say that Canelo.
Fans have been calling for.
I don't really care. I don't even know Benavidez that well to be saying that I won that fight. I don't care. Fight Charlo.
Yeah, they need to fight each other at the end of the day. Like Canelo, he was trying to go for greatness 175. Benavidez didn't really have a belt per se. Does he have a belt now? He's been stripped a couple of times. I don't even know if he's got they believe Benavidez got talent, but you got to take care of business first, man. So.
See what you just said about what you just touched on there, Benavidez. I just think Benavidez, because he's had a lot of issues, like he got done for I think cocaine use. He's been overweight before he's missed weight. I think, you know, I'm kind of favouring more Canelo and the Charlos that would beat him. Personally, that's what I think. Maybe because I just see a lack of dedication in him. But maybe that's just me being
You
biased.
think the Charlo are dedicated?
Yeah, 100%.
I believe he beats the bigger Charlo. Bobby's close. This is me assuming he's actually refocused. And you know, right now, he's putting some shortcomings behind him. Canelo,
Is that at 168? Is Canelo just unbeatable?
unbeatable, but I don't think Benavidez is ready right now. Like I said, like we said, he needs to fight the other guys, get some experience. Like Caleb Plants and Big Joe Swords, they weren't ready for Canelo. Fight other guys, get, like we said before, get experience of fighting world class elite fighters, champions.
Plant was he held his own for a while.
But imagine Plant fought Billy Joe Saunders and
Big Joe beats him.
who's the other
Beats
guy?
Plant.
Dimitri Andrade. Imagine you fought those guys and actually beat them. So he's been into fights against high level operators of world class actually. That more experience to take up against a Canelo.
It's better to lose against Canelo than it is to lose against those guys. That's for your own obviously legacy talk.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
Yeah,
It's better to lose against Canelo. You don't lose your value if you lose against Canelo.
But yeah, I heard that. But you know, you want to have the best opportunity to win against Canelo, or just want to cash out. If you want to cash out, fair enough. I hear it. But if you want to have the best opportunity to beat Canelo,
this is a beautiful sport.
You need to beat
You
this
want
other
to.
guy.
It's a beautiful sport. You need to think about this. You want to think about your future. Cashing out is the best option. Think about Wilder. I just talking in general. He's got the money from the food fights. He's calm. I know he probably wishes that he took that money from the AJ fight that they were arranging and just got his beating now. If we look back on it, but the money's there. It's good enough. He's never fight. I'll be shocked if Wilder ever fights again. I'll be shocked.
Honestly,
But the way he went out, he didn't go out in a nice way. Those
he's a
kind of
powerful
two
man.
knockouts.
So unless the money just gets blown.
The money's a lot. He got a lot of money.
He got a lot of money, but I think it's for some boxers they think about legacy like raw. I
Yeah.
can't go out like that. Like you got knocked out twice, you know, by Fury. Like that was serious. But Fury really done him in. We've never seen Wilder like that. We've seen Wilder stunned, but he actually got hurt against Fury. And Fury wasn't even known as a big puncher before.
The third fight, took years of his life. He was holding in. There's a lot. Fam, you can't survive. I've ever getting knocked out like Dylan White.
Yeah, I mean,
but you know that's what part of the game. I mean, it's was a blood sport. That's what you sign up for. I mean,
I'm just saying.
As bad as it sounds,
a lot of these guys are cashing out early though.
Sorry, but as bad as it sounds, you could die in the ring, and that's something that you take into consideration when you do the sport. So,
but a lot of these guys are now cashing out early. Or
I don't blame him for it.
Or doing
for
these
the reasons
exhibition things like a boy.
yeah, but the exhibition team.
Like my boy, who's my boy?
That's just
Your boy.
Who's my boy?
what
Money.
Floyd.
Yeah.
What,
Did
Ali?
you do exhibition?
George Foreman.
George Foreman didn't do
He
exhibition.
did. Tap George Foreman against the Fantastic Five or something.
But I think there's
He
always
fought
been
5
exhibitions.
guns.
Yeah, tapping Ali against the Japanese wrestler. Oh, you didn't think they did exhibitions back then? Oh, you didn't know?
I'm not trying to
You
rate
thought it was only Floyd Mayweather? Go do your research.
I'm not trying to rate this exhibition.
A lot of guys do exhibitions because they're showmen. That's how you make money.
I want to knock his block off.
You know what I mean? People think
Prize fighting.
Floyd's not the first to do all these things like that. He gets criticized for.
Oh, I don't really care.
But because the media probe Ali, they'll say Ali the greatest, this, that. They all bring it up.
Ali's the greatest.
You know, they say all this stuff. They all bring it up because they don't like Floyd. That's why they bring up this stuff to try to.
But Floyd is great to hate.
Floyd is easier. He's easy to hate.
He made more money. He's made money off being hated.
No, I understand why guys don't like Floyd. I mean, it's very easy not to like Floyd. He's a brash guy. He talks this. He's always dripped down head to toe.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. You know, he says he's gonna beat up. He trash talks. He's not really respectful as much as they would like him to be. And he's a black man to top it all off. So I understand why they don't like Floyd. I mean, forget they didn't used to like Ali. They didn't used to like.
He was a conscientious.
He didn't suit up for the army. They didn't like him, G.
But eventually time changed because people became more open-minded, and obviously Ali came into the forefront of people's thinking as a social objector. You know what it is. You know how times change.
Times
you know how
change,
people change.
they found a way to control Ali.
Yeah.
And by being able to control
Hey,
that's
that's
what they
not
like.
talk for this. This is not talk for this spot.
With Mayweather, they can't control them.
Yeah. Mayweather is not only has one god, and that god is money. So who cares? He doesn't like that's all he cares about.
All about dollar.
Yeah, that's all he cares about, fam. He only cares about money. If the money talking, Leonard Ellaby, that's his guy.
But he is the cash king of boxing. Like he's done the most pay-per-views.
Combat sports, bro.
Combat sports, yeah. He's done the most pay-per-views. Like he sold the most tickets.
Because people want to see him lose.
So you can
Exactly, but he's the cash king, is it?
So you can argue he's the cash king of sports. He may have made the most money from his own sport. other than any other athlete that's ever lived.
He made, what was the check he got from the Pacquiao fight? Was it 155? It was 300, didn't it?
Yeah.
What we were talking about Mbappe.
From the sport, no, not
But the rumor is there was someone on his neck. The US government was on his neck, and he didn't actually take on that much money. Floyd, they say he's not cash asset rich.
That's a different conversation.
Yeah,
Now
but
we're
they say that
speculating.
man, they say the man doesn't have a lot of cash on him. That's why he's taking a lot of these fights. Apparently.
I mean, I'm surprised.
And one of the Paul brothers was saying he hasn't got paid from him yet. So
That's the pay-per-view, but the pay-per-view money takes a while to come through. It continuously comes through.
That
don't
residuals.
give him that.
No, but
How can
it's
he
true.
take that much time? It's a one-off. It's a one-off transaction.
I don't know.
The
I don't
money
know.
coming into their
It's
account.
not a one-off transaction. The
How
pay-per-view
long
money.
is- how long-
The purse is the one-off transaction.
How long does a transaction take to take place? From bought by card. These are card transactions. How long is it?
Yeah, but I think it. I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs, but I remember Frank Warren talking about it once. Like pay-per-view money, you can't count it straight away. Like
have
when
to
the
wait.
fight happens, you have to kind of wait to.
Can you not tell me how many transactions
But
happen?
I'm sure he's been
It's
paid now.
easy
I'm
to-
sure he's been paid now, though. I'm sure
Are
he's
you
been
sure?
paid now.
It was
Yeah.
compared-
There's that point, and also further than like him, so he's taking the piss. He's jobbing it.
Yeah.
That could be a